Did I send you the clip of the midget being real?
No. What a wild way to open, you know?
I'm still dealing with the cough, and that's annoying. No, about the guy who was talking about the cartel and how he got told, "Yo, the midget's real."
Yeah, no, that does not ring any bell.
This guy was an FBI agent, and he did a lot of undercover stuff. But before that, he worked a lot at the border with dealing with the cartel.
Yeah.
And this specific cartel that they were dealing with, the guy had a lion. The leader of the cartel had a lion that he would feed people to, that he found out was real. But there was a rumor that he had a midget, quote unquote,
Okay.
that was blessed. The Lord blessed my brother downstairs.
All right.
So we had this midget without permission insert himself into several people's, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. And they thought that was bullshit. They thought that was, a story they just told to like scare people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then one of his guys got snatched up by the cartel, and they said that right before they busted in the wall to go get this guy or something, to where they interrupted what was going to happen, he said he was staring at a naked midget with like a 8-9 inch dragon on the floor walking towards him. It's real. And literally the text apparently he got was just, "Yo, the midget is real."
All right. I guess that's a good way to instill fear.
I go down some rabbit holes, man. The cartel is dirty. The cartel is nasty, bro.
The only cartel rabbit holes I've gone down are like the YouTube videos that will just be completely animated and talk about how the FBI or the CIA or whoever the fuck messed with the cartel, or it's always something to do with legal issues or something that's more conspiracy rather than any of the dirty side when it comes to cartels.
I watch a lot of crime shows, and especially when it comes to like Sons of Anarchy or Mayans, especially Mayans, they deal closely with like cartel, and they try to do their research into it. But like when you talk about how they would stick people in just 10-gallon drums of gasoline and light it on fire, insane.
Interesting.
Insane. Yeah. They just decapitate people, send their heads out to, whoever it may concern.
That's wild. The only thing I knew about them, or at least one cartel, was that they took over an island, or an island that was highly contested by the cartels, plural. And every couple of years it kind of changed hands until the U.S. and Mexico, I believe there was a joint operation where they just kind of razed the island to the ground.
Well, the cartel, the really scary part about the cartel is it's so powerful in Mexico. And obviously the cartel it's not one family. Like there are dozens of cartels spread across Mexico and wherever else in the world. But it's the mob,
Yeah.
And it's to the point where I was listening to the story of this girl who was trying to catch the killer of her daughter, and he got involved with the cartel. And because he was involved with the cartel, the police were telling her, "Hey, we have to ask the cartel permission to go arrest him." Like they have their fingers that deep in police pockets. And this was in 2010. Like this wasn't in the 80s or the 70s. This was in the 2010s.
See, everything I knew about the cartel was that they were actually kind of scared of like the DEA and the Mexican government or military.
Oh no, it happens, but in terms of like local politics, that's how they get away with it so long, because they basically, a cartel gets strong enough to where they run that town, they run that county,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever the Mexican equivalent of that is.
Yeah, the area, the community or something. I don't know.
And they might do it out of, they might give some money here and there, do some programs that help out. But most of the time, it's like, if you talk to any official outside this city, outside this county, your entire family is going to be wiped off the map, and everybody's going to deny that you ever existed. And they're not lying. Like, that's not... They're looking you dead in the face and saying that with the utmost seriousness, because they've done it to several families.
All right.
I mean, the lady who was looking for her son's killer, she was killed. Her shop was burned to the ground with her brother inside, and they tried to go get her son. Mm-hmm. And she was the one causing, like, they backed her up, but she was the one doing all the rattling of the cages. But they're like, nah, fuck you, bitch, and your entire family. It's over.
All right. I hadn't heard of anything like that. I mean, I've only seen, cartels kidnapping people, and then, DEA raining down fire on them.
In America, I can't tell you when the last time the mob really had a stranglehold, like when the mob was actually powerful. I couldn't tell you, but the biggest we got is like gangs, motorcycle gangs, or, inner city gangs or whatever. And they don't have that power. They'll come wipe you and your family off the map. They'll come do that, but they don't really have the power
to get away with it
local
very
government
easily.
like that.
Yeah. The last I heard of the mob being active and, having that kind of reach was like the 80s. And I believe recently. Yeah, it's recent, but this is from something that I'd seen recently on YouTube. But a guy was sent undercover for the mob, and he was there for like 6 years. And he was in one that's notorious for sniffing people out within days and like having them disappear. So dude lasted pretty long, and then he got a bunch of people arrested. But I don't think it actually did stop their activities for a while. I mean, they kind of died down and killed everybody he was associated with, even within the mob, for the, the disrespect, I guess, dishonor.
Yeah.
And I think it took like 10 or so years before it rose again. But even then, it's not to the point where it used to be. And I don't know about now.
Would you ever be able to do that, by the way? Undercover work?
I think about it every time I hear one of those stories, but then I'd be like, they're just like, you have to learn so much shit and be able to use it naturally to go undercover. I don't think I'd be able to do that.
You got to be a good liar. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not a great liar. Plus, the guys I've heard talking about undercover work, they always talk about how close they got to people. Like this one guy he brought down, and when he was looking him in the face after the guy was arrested, the guy was like, I brought you to my kid's birthday party. I let you in my house,
Yeah.
And at that point, I'd be like, I gotta
even on top of that, if you're depending on how long and how deep undercover you go, you could get like dissociative identity disorder. Like the guy that I was speaking about, he did have that. Like he was waking up and for the first like 10 or so minutes of his day forgetting that he was actually somebody else, and he was like in the mindset of undercover, the person I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, there's one guy, I think his name's Sal something, and his undercover work was fascinating because a lot of the time in undercover work, you just hear of guys that will go in and try to like become a member of the club or the gang or whatever.
Yeah.
This guy would go to the city they're in, put up a storefront, and basically get close with them as they came into the store, and then say like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I run guns out of the back. I do this. I bid drugs or whatever," and do it that way. But he said his alias became him. Like he had a wife and kids at home, but he was going out every night partying with these guys, and it was booze, drugs, and women. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
now he eventually stopped all that work because he started sleeping with the DA, which you can't really do. You can't do that.
See, the guy I was talking about, he was like on his way to being in the upper ranks within the mob. I think it's called like a made man. But in order to get there, you have to kill somebody. And they were trying to pull. Yeah, that's what stopped the operation. After those 6 years is like, you're not doing that. Like, we had to pull you out. And he was like, well, let me get up to it so we can get some names and, people, and we can do it. And like, one of the guys who actually got him into the mob at the very beginning was like, this guy was my best friend. Like, why? Yeah. So he was like, yeah. He's like, it's true. Like, for those 6 years, that dude was my best friend. Like, and I would still say that even for those 6 years. But that's the kind of distinction you have to make.
The other guy I was talking about, he has people that will still call him up from prison. Like, there's guys that want to have his head on a platter, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also guys that will still call him up and be like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
It's like, you know who I am. You know why you're in there. You know who's the reason you're. He's like, yeah, no, I'm just calling to check up on you, see what's good.
I mean, yeah, you get close to people when you're that deep undercover. So I don't think I could do it.
Apparently, there was a website that all these clubs made called who'sarat.com or something like that, where you could look up the information of someone and it would bring up names they've used. Like, if they work with the government, it'll bring up their picture and names they've used and yada, yada, yada.
I wonder where they would get that information, because a lot of that is like under lock and key heavy.
Like actual names?
Yeah, like, I mean, the guy who went undercover for the mob for those 6 years, he had his whole identity erased.
Oh, yeah, well, a lot of the time that doesn't really happen. I don't think, at least.
How would we know?
I guess you're right. He could be working for the Men in Black with that little Will Smith thing.
Yeah, just...
What is it called?
The
neutralizer or
neutralizer,
something?
yeah.
I don't think it's called a neutralizer. That means to kill someone. But you get what I'm saying. Look right here.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I have to find it now. Men in Black. Neuralizer.
There it is. That quote. When's the last time you've seen the first Men in Black?
The first one?
Yeah.
It's 2025. Maybe 2015-ish.
I don't think it's been a while since I've seen the second one. Isn't the third one where he goes back in time?
Mm-hmm. That's the one I've seen the most recently, but
okay. I really like that one. Some people don't. I really like that one. But then the first one where Will Smith is like, well, why don't you just tell people that aliens exist and they just come in and out of here? And he was like, and Tommy Lee Jones has this fantastic quote, and I know I'm going to butcher it, where he's like, people are great, or a person is great, but people are paranoid, scared, irrational, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, that's a great way to put it, actually. That's a sensational way to put it. On an individual level, you could reason with a person, but to a group of people, nope. Wrong. Don't even try.
If it becomes anything like an echo chamber, you might as well just stop.
I swear to God, though, I try not to lose my shit at Amazon. I really do. And I try not to lose my shit at people in public. And for the main reason of like, I know I do stupid shit. Like, I catch myself going, man, that was a dickheaded thing to do. Or, man, why aren't you using your brain right there? You know?
Yeah.
But, my God, it doesn't help. And it's over, like, the smallest shit. The other day, you know Amazon had the metal detectors, right?
Yeah.
I'm walking side by side, this person. And the way we walk out of the building now is we got to take everything out of our pockets, put it in a plastic tin, slide that thing down, and walk through the metal detector. Mm-hmm. Right? Well, I put my stuff in a bin. They put their stuff in a bin. Start walking. And if we just walk straight forward, we're each going to meet a ramp and a metal detector. No problem. This fucking loser decides to just cut me off. Just for no fucking reason. Just walk directly in front of me. And the security guard laughed at me because he saw me go, what?
The security guard knew how you felt.
Yeah. But I put it down and I was insulting this person in my head a lot.
Mm-hmm. As one does.
But I was like, whatever. I'm about to go eat or whatever. I start walking, and I have a big thing with holding the door open. I'm not asking you to hold the door open for everybody. I'm not asking you to see someone that's like 30 feet away and hold the door open. No, right? But at the very least, put your hand on the door, look behind you, and make a judgment. That's all I ask. That's all I don't think that's irrational. Do you think that's irrational, Z?
No.
This person didn't even look at the door. Just walked through the opening as close as they could to the person who actually opened the door to avoid putting their hand on the door. I swear to God, in my head, it was like, oh, so you are a self-entitled little fucking rat. And as I was walking through the break room, I was like, relax. Chill out, maybe just a bit.
See, the door holding, I have a funny story about that. So when I was in high school, come to find out, my band director, one of them, would purposefully walk behind people when going like in and out of the school building to see if they would like check back for, when they're walking through a door.
That's not a bad idea.
If they didn't, he would call them out on it. And I just had that kind of ingrained as habit, so it never... Plus, he never walked behind me in the building, but...
It falls on... It's the same principle when it comes to, like, putting up your shopping cart. It's like, just be a decent person. It takes 2 seconds. It's not that big of a deal.
Shopping carts kill me, dude, because some of the ways I've seen people leave baskets outside of, like, the stalls is just, like... You didn't even have to walk over there. You could have just shoved it from where you were, and it would have been in. Like,
I'm not okay and I need therapy. I'm gonna say that before I say this, okay?
Okay.
I was pulling up to Kroger, and this chick pushed her cart out of the door and just left it, like in between the double doors. Just pushed it right there, grabbed her grocery, and started walking through the parking lot. When I tell you, I played out in my head how her body would look skidding across the parking lot after I hit her.
Jesus Christ.
Because she walked directly in front of my car, and I was like, I could just speed up real quick.
The gas pedal's right here. It's nothing but a movement.
But luckily, my body was like, keep it on the horizontal, not the vertical. Horizontal. Kroger is just worse about it for like any store I've been to. Like even here, it's always horrid with the baskets. Like you walk out of the store and no joke, 20 feet in front of you is a basket stall with already the stalls in the store, in the foyer there. So it's just like, it's not that hard. It's not. No. What do you think of, by the way, I doubt you're gonna know what I'm talking about, but do you know these boyfriend tests that get started on TikTok? Where it's like the olive theory or the bread theory or the bird theory. Or have you heard of any of this?
Yeah, I've heard of some ones. I think the orange theory.
Yeah, there was the orange theory.
I think there was a peanut theory at one point, or a nut theory. I can't remember. It's like deshelling them, pretty much.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's basically, does your boyfriend baby you?
yeah.
Luckily, I'm with someone who thinks those are genuinely stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, genuinely. But I will say, there is a couple where, like, hey, could you peel this orange for me? If my lady asked me to do that, I would. Like, no questions asked.
Yeah.
So, like, I get why there's, like, a nugget or whatever. But if you're scrolling TikTok and you come across a video where it's like, okay, girlies, to test if your boyfriend's actually a good man, ask him if he would throw your shirt in some mud and then go wash it for you. Go hand wash it for you and put it up on the thing. If he wouldn't, leave him, red flag. You know what I mean?
Please tell me that wasn't a real thing.
No.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Okay.
At least I haven't seen it. It sounds real, doesn't it, though?
It did. It
sounds
did. It
plausible.
sounded very plausible. It was like something that I wouldn't put it past some random girl on TikTok to put up there.
Yeah.
Those theories fall along with the line of questioning, would you love me if I was a worm? Or, that type of shit. I'm just like,
I also brought up, if it's a bad day, if it's a day where I'm tired and my lady asks me, like, would you love me if I'm a worm? I'm probably going to be like, don't waste my time with this. What are we doing? And then she's going to post that to TikTok and they're going to be like, oh, I feel sorry for you, queen.
Did you leave him yet?
Did you leave him yet?
My answer to those questions was always, don't start these. Let's not do that.
No.
It's, I'm here. You know what I would do, especially if you ask. I'm here for you if I gotta be. Tired?
I don't get like couple channels. Let's put our lives out on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not a good way to do it. Like, if you do it in the way where, every day, oh my God, we're going to the zoo today. That's just not how your life is every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're going out to eat or whatever. You're not going to show, when the baby is just thrown up on your shirt, but you don't have time to clean it and you still got to make dinner and the baby will cry every time you put him down. So you got to hold him on your hip. And your husband is drunk on the couch, just screaming at you. Like, you're not going to put that on TikTok. Those days aren't going to happen,
I feel like if you have kind of those, like, to deal with that, you probably wouldn't be making a channel or having the time to put anything up on it.
Well, I'm just like, in a hyper way.
I mean, yeah, but
I'm saying you're not going to post like the bad days and you're going to make your relationship seem like this perfect heaven thing, which I don't think is healthy because people, compare themselves to goddamn influencers already on Instagram. So putting a picture perfect relationship onto TikTok only when we all know you're going to end up cheating on each other. So that's just not going to be good,
So, yeah, I'll agree that there is just no good way to portray it because, you wouldn't want to put, like, the arguments or the bad stuff on there because that's just putting your business out in the world, especially if it's something serious. But showing only the good only gives the idea that you have some sort of relationship where nothing can go wrong or both of you are bottling up all your feelings and it's just going to blow up one day.
The amount of times I have made TikToks where I have been vulnerable, quote unquote, where I've been like open about my mental struggles or whatever I'm dealing with or whatever.
Yeah.
I have not once gotten into an argument with my wife, and she has not gotten into an argument with me. And after we get done with the initial fight, she goes, "Let me get on TikTok." Let's get on TikTok and have these strangers. Let's post a "Am I the asshole" to Reddit. We don't do that. So I say there's no good way to do it because every time I see someone who makes the relationship their entire brand on social media and they're like, well, I guess I have to post our arguments. No, you don't. I'm not a marriage counselor. Why am I watching this?
Even with r/am I the asshole, that I've only ever seen the slight few legit posts that are like, okay, I could see why you're asking just to get another perspective on it. But then there's others that are just like, dude, how did you not realize that? How are you being honest? Are you this honest about it? Were you that bad?
Oh, no, it's always withholding, It's all, even if they are going to withhold as much information as possible to make them seem like the good person.
No. Some of them were they would very openly describe exactly what they did, and they know, at least from anybody else's perspective, it's like, how did you make this decision to do this when you knew it was a shitty thing to do?
That is also the case. People are stupid and stubborn in their stupidity, which, hey, I got annoyed at trying to put Christmas lights on a Christmas tree today. I was being stubborn and stupid. I just walked away and my lady had to do it. That's a bad, that's a bit of an asshole thing to do.
Yeah.
So people are stubborn and stupid and angry and don't have I genuinely don't understand that, though. I don't understand how you can sit with yourself and not just dive into what am I doing wrong? Did I do something wrong? I don't get that. And there's a certain way to do it to where you don't become an overthinking Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
But to not do it at all, you don't do it at all.
That's what I'm just like, how do you live about life? How do people not hate you or something? Where's the process of line of thought?
Every time I do see an "Am I the asshole" of genuinely asking for, I'm like, do you have friends? Maybe it's because I hate the internet so much and everybody on the internet is an expert because, they feel like people are coming to them specifically for advice.
Yeah.
So they feel so blessed and so good about themselves because, oh, they're coming to me. I read this post. That means they're coming to me for advice. Shut the fuck up. So giving ammo to those people pisses me off. So maybe that's where I'm coming from.
I'm the main character person, I guess.
Yeah.
I see that everywhere. I guess you kind of get used to it or / ignore it after a certain point because that's kind of what I do.
The person I hate the most is the credentials cunt. Someone who has to lay out what they've done in life and who they are and then give their bit. No one gives a single fuck who you are. I'm going to be honest. No one cares. And genuinely, I think of this about something as little as I'll watch a video on a certain football player and someone will be like, as a Texans fan, Cam Ward is kind of great. I didn't ask if you were a Texans fan. Shut up. Shut up.
The only time I ever see credentials come in handy is when somebody is giving a constructive criticism for a post or something. Maybe if you say an electrician that commented on somebody's post about their house's wiring, it's hey, maybe you should probably wire it this way. And then somebody hops in what would you know? And it's well, here, I'm an electrician with 30 years of experience or whatnot.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's where it comes in handy, but
don't frame it as an electrician of 30 years. Shut up.
The way you put it really does make a difference.
And that is a crazy thing because that's such a
small
Like,
thing.
what really is the difference between just splitting it into two comments and putting it into one? And it's just how to talk to people. Because I think when you say like, oh, I recommend you doing this. Well, how would you know that? Oh, I'm an electrician who does this, this, and that. That sounds way more reasonable and kind
Yeah.
than you saying like, well, I'm an electrician. I've been doing this for years.
As an electrician. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the basis that you just kind of get skipped when it comes to the internet because people just don't care.
It's that whole Bill Burr bit about how black people know where to put the curse words, If you listen to a white guy and say these fucking Asians came in, you'd be like, whoa, yikes, buddy. Well, you listen to a black guy and be like, so this Asian motherfucker walked in, and you're like, what did this Asian motherfucker do? It's accurate. It's very true. You got to know where to put the fuck,
You got to know where to put it. It helps.
You got to know where to put the credentials to not come off as an overbearing,
Asshole.
overzealous, condescending cunt.
Definitely fair. I lost my train of thought is what happened right there.
You lost your train of thought?
Yeah.
The conductor quit. Every time I think of the train of thought, I think of Shark Boy and Water Girl, and that fucking face of the little robot he built going, I'm free, and flying off into the distance. And I feel so fucking... And I'm sorry for using that word. You can bleep it if you want. I feel so stupid. Because I'm like, oh, train of thought, like for Shark Boy and Water Girl?
I every time I forget that movie exists and then remember how much I loved it whenever I watched it, like way back when. And I don't know how I'd feel about it if I watched it again.
That is one movie, and I know it's the same director, I believe, that made Spy Kids. So I group it with Spy Kids in terms of movies that I know will probably be horrible if I try to watch it back, Yeah.
I get so scared when it comes to watching old movies like that because I loved them when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But now it's just I have a more discerning eye.
I want to continue to think that Shark Boy flipping around and rapping about dreaming to the kid trying
Close
to put
your
him to
eyes,
sleep.
shut your mouth, dream good dreams.
Dream a dream, you little schnout. I want to continue to think that was one of the most badass things that's ever been put to screen, okay?
Exactly, especially with them doing it on a cake. That? Yeah, exactly.
They made a cameo in another film, and they had a daughter, Shark Boy and Lava.
Yes. What film was that? Because I know what you're talking about.
But it's about the kids of like superheroes, and it's just kind of loosely connected, which doesn't even make sense because weren't they they're not real.
Sky High?
It was not Sky High.
Okay.
It 100% was not Sky High.
I was like, that makes no sense.
It was a movie that came out recently. I watched what's his name? Alex Meyer do a video on it. And the only thing I remember is their daughter grabbing a guy, flipping him, and while he's on his back, looks up and goes, "She has shark strength."
The Netflix movie We Can Be Heroes, I believe.
Yeah. It's really bad.
2020.
It's really bad. Pedro Pascal's in it for some reason.
Really? Oh no. Oh, I'm looking at this. Why did...
People say they got Pedro Pascal fatigue, and I'm like, that's not real. But if he's doing one of those movies, and it's like recent too, it's not old. It's
this is
like
2020.
yeah. Pedro Pascal was there. Why is he there?
Oh, there's Lava Girl, and is that Shark Boy? No,
should be. I don't think
so.
It's
a daughter
Taylor,
and a son.
I don't think it's Taylor. Whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not him. It is the same Lava Girl.
Yeah. Dude, when I was little, that was one of my first crushes. Her and Kirsten Dunst in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about their awakening of like when you found out what where you leaned. That rain scene, and which is fucked up because she's getting robbed. It's not about that, okay? Promise, it's not about. I'm not. Let's
I guess
not
you
even,
had your awakening later in life because mine was like, Shigo, Become Possible.
Oh, that was your.
That was around the same time, yeah. I believe it was a mixture of characters, but yeah.
But no, her in that rain, I was like, I guess I'm Team Redhead right now for the rest of my life.
And it sticks, you know?
Speaking of, oh, yes, it does. That's gross. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Speaking of Pedro Pascal, I finally watched Fantastic Four.
Oh, okay. What'd you think?
I thought it was fine. I thought it was good. I think it's the best Fantastic Four movie that's come out, but that's not really a high bar to clear.
It never was, but it is a pretty good movie. I'll give it that.
I do love that a lot of people had their doubts about Pedro Pascal being Reed Richards, but I thought he did a great job. And everybody I see who had that drawback was like, oh no, he did a great job. It's like, yeah, people have this Pedro Pascal fatigue, but then you watch what he's in and you're like, oh no, he's a great actor. That's how he keeps getting these roles.
Yeah, until you get to stuff like We Can Be Heroes.
Until he's in a random Shark Boy and Lava Girl sequel, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, I have to watch it
just
to see how bad it is, because now I'm curious.
If you want to watch a condensed version, look up Alex Meyer. He did a video on it where he just makes fun of it, and it's pretty great.
Heard.
But Fantastic Four, I think I'm in this state now where I need to watch a movie twice to really get my feelings on it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I would watch a movie twice, besides the fact that I like the movie, would be to see what I missed the first time.
Well, if a movie blows, I'm not watching it twice. Spoiler alert for the episode that's going to come out on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The two movies that I have watched, I'm not going back to ever again.
Oh.
One for sure. One for sure I'll never go back to. But of course, me and you are going to talk about that tomorrow, and y'all will find that out on Christmas.
On Christmas.
Happy early Christmas.
Yes, sir.
But I think that I didn't like it as much as I like Superman. So in terms of that little battle, you know.
I think out of the movies that I had watched recently, including the ones for that upcoming one, the ones I liked the most would probably be between Superman and Fantastic Four.
Yeah, you didn't. I still need to watch Thunderbolts, and I know every time we talk about it, I bring up that you've said you weren't a big fan of Thunderbolts. I keep hearing it was good.
It was an alright movie. It's just not what you expected it to be, like, or at least what I expected it to be, given everything leading up to the movie with all the trailers and stuff.
Yeah, I will say it was refreshing. It was refreshing to have a Marvel movie where you didn't need to know everything, and I know that's a dead horse that is bruised and pretty much the dirt now with how badly it's been beaten, you know. Mm-hmm. But genuinely, it felt refreshing to have a standalone movie where you didn't really need to know what's going on outside of the movie, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they did that pretty well with the standalone movies early on, but it definitely faded when you got to some of the later ones, because it was like, well, now we have to be aware that everything before this already happened, because they're referencing past shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Didn't they mess that up kind of? Because in No Way Home, part of the reason it was a little confusing on the magic side was because it was supposed to come out after Multiverse of Madness?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I believe
didn't.
that was I believe that was the original plan, but it ended up just not working out that way. So you had the magic kind of a little sloppier than it would have been had Multiverse of Madness came before it. So that's just an unintended thing, you know.
I. Why do I feel like? I feel like I didn't watch Multiverse of Madness, but I had to have. No, I didn't.
I
That's
haven't
why
seen
I
it.
don't know of any continuity errors because I was just like, I don't know. Like, from
I
what I had seen
hear
from No Way Home, like, I didn't spot anything weird, at least about the magic or anything, but I guess I didn't have that knowledge going into it. So I would have to watch it again.
I want to watch Multiverse of Madness just because I hear that it is slightly underrated. Like people, it's cool to hate on Marvel now. And
Mm-hmm.
it's directed by Sam Raimi, and I love Sam Raimi. So I'm interested in it, but only as interested as I could be for a MCU movie. I try to put myself on a high horse saying it's cool to hate on the MCU right now, but good reason. There's good reason for it.
Heard. Sorry, I'm looking at Adam Lester as um, Mr. Fantastic, I think.
Who?
Adam Lester?
Who the hell's Adam Lester?
No, never mind. That's not Adam Lester. I'm dumb. Adam Lester is the person who wrote this article.
Are you talking about in Multiverse of Madness?
Yes.
That's John Krasinski.
Yeah. Yeah. I had that way wrong.
Let me, by the way, speaking of all things Marvel, I mentioned this lightly to you about my frustration with Rivals when getting back into it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how it's season 5 and you have this. We talked about people being stubborn little assholes, and I guess this is just further proof of it. How do people make the same mistakes they were making in season 0? I don't get it. I mean, just this morning, I got on and I had a Wolverine jumping into the middle of a fight, middle of a 4v1, getting clapped, and then in the chat, no healers. I guess no one wants to heal, huh? How about you just change off if you're not good with the healing character? It's season 5. It's season 5 and we still have people doing this?
See, the way I got around that was by playing with the full stack. Just about any time we play, or at least mostly a full stack, we get either 5 or 6 people in, and if we have anything less than that, we're probably playing zombies.
Yeah, dude. Solo queuing sucks. It sucks.
I don't know how I would handle. I mean, I've been playing Penny like almost exclusively now, so I've been tanking and trying to front line with playing like a dive Penny pretty much.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I didn't have my teammates, I wouldn't be playing Penny.
No.
Because like there have been times where like I get absolutely melted almost immediately from not even being like right in front of them or like in their team or anything. It's just fucking come at me. And I'm like, yeah, no, if I was solo queuing, I would have swapped off so fast and told somebody else to play tank because I would have given up on it. Because it felt like they were targeting me.
I try to stick to the same role at least. And usually this guy was like, if you're a flex player, just say you're a tank main. And it's like, yeah, if you don't lock on anyone, you're probably going to be playing tank most of the time.
Yeah, even healers get picked like really quickly.
I hate when people have the conversation of what the hardest role is. I feel like that adds a toxicity that doesn't really, oh shit, that doesn't really need to be in any already toxic community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That being said, it's tank, and it's not even close. It's not even close. It's tank, support, and then DPS.
I have flexed for like all the roles. And honestly, I can't really say one is really harder than the other. It just kind of depends on what characters you know how to play and if the team comp works for it.
Well, if you want me to be honest, it's about your play style and how you play the game.
Yeah.
Like I can't do DPS. I can't do it. I'll do it. I will do it. But that's where I get that's where I get the comments like I told you about when you came over. I was like, Brody got in the chat and said, I'm ashamed that you're my random. That's where I get those comments. You know?
See, when it comes to DPS, there's definitely a lot less characters that I would know how to play. Like, I think when it comes to DPS, all I can play well would be like Scarlet Witch, Star-Lord, Moon Knight, and maybe Punisher. And like, that's really it. I've been playing like Phoenix recently, not been doing too bad. That's really who only I've been playing if I go DPS, because I usually try and leave that for anybody else. That would be better.
I still have yet to find, like you, a solid certified main on DPS. I bounce between Bucky, Namor, Star-Lord, and Punisher. And usually they make it easier in gold lobbies when they ban Namor. And I'm like, oh, I guess I can't play Namor. So I'll play one. But honestly, I don't know what it is, but there's just something about characters that just go in and beat ass. Like, I love playing as Mr. Fantastic or Captain America, you know, or Hulk, where you just jump in and start throwing hands. I don't know what it is.
The mines on Penny are kind of overpowered.
Oh, definitely. For sure.
There have been, like, even tonight when we were playing earlier, in my MVP screen, I got MVP of that game. In my like highlight, it was me whiffing every shot on a Mantis and then killing Black Panther off screen because of the mines.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah.
When I tell you it's the funniest thing that rocket team up adds mines and shields to the respawn beacon. When I tell you it's so funny to see that on the kill feed, when someone is trying to destroy the respawn beacon but just gets met with a mine to the face. It's so funny. And I played Penny, and I don't know how you do the ult, but I literally just run around the point dropping mines and just watch people step all over them.
Yeah, if I'm defending the point, yeah, I'm going to ult and just run around the point. If I'm like feeling frisky and we're like pushing them back, I'm going to ult. I'm going to drop my nest. I'm going to ult, and we're running into their team, and then running out and then running back in.
By the way, Gambit hitting the ult with Gambit on your entire team, and now you all have that movement boost, and you just charge forward. That's when I'm like, okay, yeah, this game's sick. This game's fun.
Oh yeah, I did that. I mean, my teammates were so fantastic that they would ult me as Gambit as I would ult, and I would run in, you know, extra high jumps, and then every hit I hear just the from the fucking Gambit ult. I was like, yeah, this is nice.
I will say, I'm a Lord Magneto. I'm a Lord Magneto. I'm still ass with his ult, dude. Horrible.
What struggle are you finding with it?
Well, first of all, you always get bad timing when there's like a Strange or another Magneto, to where they'll just intercept your shit, you know? But also, I'm bad at picking off Luna or Cloak and Dagger coming out of the ult. But I especially get pissed off when I use it and I actually hit someone. Like, I'll take out a Gambit. I remember specifically, I took out a Gambit, and I think like half the health of another DPS, and then Cloak and Dagger used their ult on the other team, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? 2 seconds."
Yeah. That I could sympathize. I mean, the few times I played Magneto, I think I've hit his ult maybe like once or twice.
When I tell you, every time I play tank, I run Magneto every time. If I need a tank where dive, quote unquote, I'll go Cap. But if I'm running tank, I'm running Magneto. I have maybe a 15% hit rate on his ult. And when I tell you, when that bitch just sails over the entire team, just sails over them across the map, how badly I just want to drop the controller and be like, "Oh yeah, no, kill me. Kill me."
See, I've done that with like Iron Man ults, and I feel so bad because I'm like, I hit you, you know it because I heard the hit markers, but just since it didn't hit anything solid, it didn't die, and also now one of your healers ulted, and now you're full health again.
Yeah,
sucks.
I love thinking Iron Man people get so pissed off when I play Magneto. I intercepted this guy's ult like 4 times in one match, and I know he was seething. I know he was pissed off because I just popped the shield up real quick and block it right before it could hit the ground.
There have been times where I've stopped ults that I know they are mad because, like, one game, a Groot got to ult maybe twice because I stopped him every time. And I'm like, yeah, if I was him, I'd be pissed. And also, I'd swap characters. But, you know, stick with Groot, I guess.
With Penny, you know, where she has that net that you can cancel out, like, Scarlet ult.
Yep.
I've missed that so many times.
Same.
And I've gotten the entire team killed because of it.
Same.
And I don't know. It's just in my head, every time I miss it, I'm like, that Drake lyric in Marvin's room. It's like, I hope no one heard that. So if they did, we gonna be in some trouble.
Literally last night, we were on one map. I forget. I think it's the one with the Venom cart. That goes the ending being that open air rocky cliff place. Yeah. She was coming over the bridge, started ulting. I said, "I see you. I'm going to get you." Somebody shoots the Venom bridge that extends. It blocks her view. I'm like, okay, so I reposition, see her shoot my net. Whew. And then 3 of us died. I was like, wasn't me.
Yeah, you just get on the mic. Yo, who was supposed to get that? No, take accountability, huh? Be a good teammate. They're all just like, what the fuck? You're Penny. You just swap off the character. What are you talking about? I never played Penny a second in my life.
Yeah, dude. Look at my proficiency. That's 0. I haven't touched Penny ever.
0.
I definitely don't have 14 hours on her right now or anything.
I sometimes want to roll Q because I do miss playing. I said I'm bad at it, but I do miss playing damage and support. Because, like I said, if you're a flex player, anytime I'm in a match and I get to be a damage or a support, I'm like, a break. Tank is so fucking stressful. I'm busting the lid on it. It is so stressful.
It is.
There was a match I was in where we got killed because our healers kept getting... both our healers died like 15 times each. We just were not protecting them. And I typed in chat, I was like, we didn't protect the healers. Yeah, GG's. And they were like, you're the tank. I was like, I know I am. I know I have this cheeky little bubble where I can bubble one of the supports while they're getting fucked by Black Panther. I know I can do that. I wasn't doing that enough. That's what I'm saying. How about you reciprocate the accountability?
Well, I guess the way you say it. It's like
Oh,
my
so
fault. I didn't
are
protect
we
the
doing that
support. You
full
know.
circle? Are we doing that full circle? Huh?
Yep.
I guess that's how we'll end the podcast. That little cute little full circle moment. That quirky little full circle. My God.
I mean, legit. Like, yeah, we didn't protect the tanks. Would sound fine if you were over voice chat, maybe, but I don't know if
That's
that
fair.
over text chat translates very well.
That's fair, especially you got to type fast.
Yeah, especially if you're on a console. I don't know how the fuck you're typing.
Dude, half the time while I'm thinking of typing a response or a message, I'm like, do I really want to open up the chat that opens up the keyboard and now I got to move my joysticks all over the place?
The worst keyboard ever because it's in A, B, C, D, E instead of the QWERTY.
Plus, to type in match chat, I got to exit the keyboard, press triangle, get back in the keyboard, and sometimes I'll press circle twice. So now I'm entirely out of it. And like, you know, there's enough of that where I'm like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah. I don't even like to do it when I'm
the shit they're saying to me, and now I'm even more pissed off at the technology. Okay? So maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
I don't even like doing it on mouse and keyboard because it takes me out of the game too far or too long. Unless I'm like dead. And then it's like if I'm fast enough of typing.
I swear to God, when I see someone AFK and spawn, and then I see their little fucking name pop up to a paragraph in the text chat, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Could you not have spoken that?
Flip on the mic, brother.
If
the
really
PS5 controllers have a built-in mic. Hold that shit up to your lips. I don't care if it sounds bad. Don't go AFK for 30 seconds. Oh my God.
It would be horrible because I've already had it like issues typing on my PlayStation for anything. I'm just like, I don't want to deal with it. If I have to go on YouTube and search for something, I hope there's a voice option, or at least it's easy to get to.
There is something that Roku does, because we have a Roku TV in the living room, and we have a Roku in the TV in our bedroom. If you connect your phone to it, and you go to the search option on any streaming site, hook up your phone to it, and you can press the keyboard on your phone and just type it out instead of the arrows on the remote.
Nice.
And it is so much better. And I just a little part of me wishes that was for the PlayStation. Then again, if I just emotionally typed out what I was thinking, I'd be banned from the game. Not saying I'd say any slurs. I definitely would bully, though.
Yeah. See, I've got the Fire Stick on that TV, and if I got to search for something, I can just hold down a button and speak into it.
Yeah. But then you feel like a jackass because it doesn't hear you properly. So you're like, Disney Plus. Disney Plus. Disney Plus. And then you got to come to terms that you're a grown man laying in your boxers in your bed, Cheeto dust surrounding your pillow and fingers, just saying Disney Plus into a remote control. You know what I mean? And I don't want to feel that kind of shame. I'm going to be honest.
Trust me, I used to do it a lot more when I worked at FedEx. I have a little Alexa sitting right there if you can see it. But I had a routine set up for giving me weather updates and stuff so I could know if I needed a jacket or whatnot before, going out on the roads. And apparently, not to my knowledge, there's a routine that's almost identical. Like literally one word is plural versus mine it being not. And it'll read out the news. And I'm just like, I could give less of a shit. And I'm like, okay, try it again. It's still the same thing. Okay, I give up. I'm just phone weather app. Here we go.
Our Alexa has set the waking up alarm noise for some reason to this stupid ass Skittles commercial where it's legitimately like a Halloween Skittles commercial. It's a witch like laughing, it's a wolf howling, like it's shit like that, right? And I know it's a Skittles commercial because at the end it goes, taste the rainbow. Who else does that, right? And legitimately, I've tried changing this and it just doesn't work. It doesn't change. But I have caught myself waking up so pissed off that this shit is in my ears that I've said, you get Alexa to stop. You say, Alexa, stop. But I'm talking to it as if it's a real person where I go, Alexa,
shut the fuck
stop. And she'll stop and I'll be like, are you fucking kidding me? And it's like, she's not going to hear that. She doesn't know what that means.
That's how I feel about mine because my family has Ring doorbells set up at both my grandparents and my mom's house, of which I'm connected to both. Of both of which are also connected to our Amazon accounts, as they kind of would be now. There was one day my mom was getting roof work done on her house, and I kid you not, I was woken up at 7 a.m. to someone's at your front door. Someone's at your front door. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What's going on? I have to work, and if this is going to keep happening, I have to figure out some way to stop it. So I look, and I see just dudes walking back and forth across the front yard with a van in our driveway. I'm like, that's roofing material. Oh, she's getting the work done finally. Okay. How do I stop that notification? And I tell you, I have turned off every notification I could think of when it comes to that and our doorbells, and it still goes off to this day.
Yeah.
I don't know what it could be.
By the way, we'll leave this podcast off with a little PSA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scammers are apparently using AI to use the voice of your relatives against you to try to get you to send money.
Interesting.
This guy told a story. Apparently this is happening to several people, but this guy was telling a story where he got a phone call, picked it up, and it was his sister crying, hysterically. And dude came on the phone and was like, yeah, your sister saw something that she shouldn't have. You need to send us this amount of money to, have us cut her loose or whatever. I'm with the cartel, yada, yada, yada. And he was like, hung up, called his dad and said, yo, where's my sister? He's like, she's sitting on the couch next to me,
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, that was a scam, but it sounded exactly like her. Exactly like her. And when I tell you, first of all, y'all got to be aware of this, okay? If you feel it's fishy, text your relative that they're trying to impersonate.
Yeah.
But also, that's haunting. If you're on the phone with who you think is your relative and then you come to a realization that it's not, that would creep me the fuck out.
I would like to think that I've got my family well enough trained that they don't answer phone calls from numbers they don't know, because they save every phone number that they get calls or call frequently. Like my grandparents and their doctors, the only time they'll accept calls or talk to the people on the other line is if they speak first, or if they introduce themselves or something. I myself have call screening on my phone. So if I see a number that I don't have saved, it'll immediately be like, hey, introduce yourself. And half the time it immediately hangs up because it's not somebody legit.
Yeah, my lady has a rule of thumb now where she's like, if it's important, they'll leave me a voicemail.
Or they'll call twice.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had a scam call call me twice from the same number.
No. The creepiest shit she was getting, though, for a while, she would get those calls where you pick up and no one answers.
And it says, I'm sorry, goodbye.
Something like that. Or she heard a knocking. It was just a knocking.
Had that. No.
But those are just trying to collect your voice, or they're trying to use your phone to amplify the signal.
Mm-hmm. I say collecting voice because it's literally it opens up to silence and then it goes, I'm sorry, goodbye, in the most robotic tone ever and hangs up on you.
Yeah. But hearing those stories made me realize if I was dealing with a mimic, I would go crazy. I would go insane if a mimic attached itself to me. I would lose. I'm telling you right now, I might disappear, bro. Like, I'm dead serious. Fuck that.
I'm good without it.
Yeah.
But on that note, it has been an hour. A little over, actually, here. So we can go ahead and wrap us up here.
Hope you enjoyed. Z, how you feeling?
I feel all right.
I apologize if the energy was a little low. I'm sleepy.
Same.
I'm in the midst of this work schedule they got me on in December, so I'm trying to have a somewhat decent and normal existence this month, but a little hard. I cut myself off, and that pissed me off.
Yeah.
But make sure to rate, share the show, especially ratings. Z, what's a rating these people could leave?
These guys must be bad at Marvel Rivals if they're complaining about it still. 5 stars.
Skill issue. That's what I say.
Yes, sir.
Valid criticism. Skill issue. That's what I say. But share the show as well. Click the crooked arrow, share to whatever platform you want to share on, or word of mouth. Word of mouth is very, very important. If you got a buddy, if you got a relative, if you got a stranger, if you got a homeless person saying, hey, to deal with the hard times of my homelessness living under the bridge, I need something to listen to. I need something to fill my ears and just inject me with a whole bunch of hope and happiness. Z, what do they say?
Well, you head on over to the boys, Jackie and Z at Red Light Homies, where maybe you'll find happiness.
This was the homies, Jackie and Z.
That's me.
See y'all next Monday.
Peace out.
Rolling up a little bit of pie. Rolling with some shit that's fine. Fine shit hard on a 9. I'm rubbing on the tabs on the spine. Rolling through in the 8. Wake up, be on the grind. Serving at 6:15. Serving in the 615.